the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello everyone, my name is Ronak and you're watching VectoArt. So today we are going to learn how to create a resume design in Microsoft Word. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let's start by creating on a blank document, and let's go to the layout and click on margins and click on narrow. Now that we have a narrow border, let's click on insert and insert a cover page. So first we'll be starting with the cover page, so you can just click on any of the design template. I just want a page before the resume, so we'll be removing the design elements now on the cover page. So select the elements and just start deleting them. Okay, now that we are done deleting it, let's go to the top and now let's click on insert and go to shapes and select a triangle shape from the basic shapes and draw that triangle on the page. Just draw it roughly, and then we can go to the format shape and set the size. So here we have the shape, and now let's go to the format and set the size to 5 centimeters in width and height. Okay, maybe it's a bit too big, but we will need to adjust it. We need to go to colors, and now we'll have to fill it with a different color. The default color is a shade of blue, but we'll have to change it to brown. Okay, now we can copy the color that we have selected and go to shape outline and paste in the same color so that we don't have a different border. Also we can get rid of the border, but here I have selected the same color for the border. Now next we will adjust the size. I think 5 is a little big, so we'll change it to 4 centimeters. Okay, I think this is better. Now let's go to insert and draw a text box on the page. So drag the text box on the screen and to increase the size and select the font as Railway. I'm making use of the Railway font. It is a free font. Now select the text box and type in the text, and also we need to get rid of the borders and the fill that the text box is having. Right now the text box has a default fill of white. Usually you don't see that fill because the document is basically white, but since we have that triangle with a different color, we will be seeing it. So we need to go to the properties and click on format shape, and then we'll go to the fill and select no fill and select no line in the line menu. Now we have a transparent text box without borders. Okay, we'll adjust the position. Okay, so that's done. Let's try to skew the triangle a little. Okay, now let's fill the shape with a different color. I think it should be a little more brighter, and we will have to reduce the transparency to 40%. Not reduce, but basically we'll have to increase the transparency. So we'll have to copy the color again and increase this transparency. We are copying the color so that we can paste it in the border. Okay, yeah, this looks much better. Like I said, we can copy the color here, or you can just simply get rid of the border. Okay, so that's done. um, okay, now let's copy the text box that we have, so that we need not remove the borders for every new text box that we draw. So I'll just make use of this text box as a template and copy and paste it, and we'll have to decrease the font and the um, spacing and also the actual text that we have inside the text box. So this resume is for lead UX designer, so I am typing in the designation details in this text box. Also I am providing some spaces between the letters, just to improve or change the look and feel of it. Okay, now place this below the name. Okay, and align it with the bottom edge of the triangle. Okay, now next we'll draw a line next to the first letter of the name and drag it down and release, and now select it and change the color to black. Now we will add two icons next to the line, one for the phone number and the other for email. So we'll draw a shape, a rectangle or a square, and go to its properties, and in the fill properties select picture or texture and insert an image in it. I have downloaded these images prior to this video. It's from icons8.com, so you can also go in, check that website and download those awesome icons. So I have downloaded these icons, so you can make use of them from icons8. So you can select these icon and click on insert. Okay, now change the line color to no line and position the icon. I will duplicate the icon now and place it below the phone icon, and this will be the email icon. So I will fill it with a different image now. Okay, done. Now I will need a text box which will display the phone number and the email details. So I'll copy and paste the text box that we have already, and we'll be placing it next to the icons and the line. Okay, let's change the text. This will be the phone number. We'll change the font weight to bold, and let's reduce the font size and add spacing between the letters. Okay, next we'll increase the size of the text box and add some spacing between the title, and let's start typing the phone number. This phone number is aligned with the designation that we have on top, and we'll have to remove the bold font weight, and let's make a duplicate of it and we'll place it right below the phone details, and this will be email. We'll have to change the text, and again we will be providing the spacing between the letters, and we'll be changing the phone number details to the email ID. Okay, yeah, so we have one more detail to be filled, so we'll have to copy the line and place it parallel to the first line and decrease the size to half. and align it with the last letter of the name. If when you are changing the size of the line, if it is skewed sometimes, you can always use the format shape and decrease the line height from there. Okay, I will increase the size of this text box and add some spacing, and then type in the address details. You can also make a copy of the text box and place it next to the first text box, but here I am just using the same text box and adding spaces between the texts. Okay, I'll do the same for the next. As soon as I have given a space between the email ID and the address details, you can see that we have a hyperlink, so we'll have to select it and remove the hyperlink. You can let it stay, but it does not look good with the overall look and feel of the resume. So here I'm decreasing this font size to 11 points, and since I have reduced the font size, the text has moved a little, so I am giving the spaces back. So minor adjustments to the text and the position. Now that we are done with the header, let's move on to the body section. Okay, so let's make a copy of the same text box that we have and place it right below the email. Increase the text box size and get rid of the text we have. Okay, and let's start with the body section. So we will have the recipient's name, next we'll have the designation, the address details, and then since we have a lot of spacing between them, we'll have to remove those spaces later on, and so we'll have to select the whole text and go to line spacing and remove these spaces between the paragraphs. We'll have to add a small space between the designation and the address. Okay, and then get rid of the font weight for the text. Now after this, we'll have to increase the font size of the content, and then place some placeholder text right after this. So you can get this placeholder text from the internet. So I have done the same. I have just copied and pasted it here, and I'm getting rid of the font weight and changing the alignment to justify. So I have my text ready. The only thing left is to have the signature details, so that I am adding it on the bottom left corner. So there you go, our cover letter is ready. So let's move on to the next page, where we'll have the one pager resume. So it will be a just one page resume. So we'll have to put the details in a short and crisp manner. We'll have a very little space, so we'll have to add as much as details, or to say as only the important details into it. So we'll copy and paste it in the next page and get rid of the body section, and now we'll work with the header from the first page, and let's start adding the other content for the actual resume. So let's start with the profile. We'll once again make the copy of the text box that we have. Get rid of the text and add in the profile title text. Okay, decrease the size and add spacing between the letters. Looks the font size is a little bit big, so let's reduce it back. And now make a copy of it, place it below and fill it with the placeholder text. Remove the font weight, and also let's trim off some of the text that we have. Like I said, we don't have enough space to put all the content, so we will be pasting in limited content, but you can always add one more page and extend your resume to a 2-page resume, but this video is just to create a 1-page resume. So we are moving on to the next section, which is the experience. So we'll make the copy of the profile title and paste it and add the spacing between the letters. Now we will draw a small circle shape. For some reason the section is disabled, so I'm just selecting some content and then going to the shape and drawing a circle. Okay, we have a circle. Now I will select the circle, go to its properties and remove the fill and change the line color to black. Maybe we can change the fill to white so that we do not have a transparent circle. Okay, so now let's select the circle, go to format shape and try to decrease the size and see how it looks. I think the first size was much better, so I will change it back to the previous size that we had, which was 4 centimeters. Okay, and next we will change the position of the 2 elements. We'll copy and paste the circle or the ellipse that we had and place it below the end of the line. Okay, minor adjustments here and there. Now let's copy the text that we have for the profile and paste it in this experience section. Increase the size of the text box and give a space or press on enter and type the job title and the company name and the duration. So the job title will be in bold letters and the rest of the text in the title will be in semi-bold. So this font has a lot of options, so you can check it out. So here you can see that that font has a semi-bold option as well. Now we will try to add some bullet points to the description of the job. So I'll take some text from the profile and just click on enter and paste it, and remove some of the text and convert it into a bullet point by clicking on the bullet list option on top. And also I will remove the indentation and change remove the spacing between the dot and the main content. Okay, so we have our first experience details. Now we'll have to copy and paste it twice. Okay, so we'll have to align it with the ellipse that we have. I think there is a lot of spacing between the two job descriptions, so we'll have to make some changes to that as well. I'm also making the changes to the ellipse. I'm changing the fill to white so that the line does not appear through the ellipse. So I'll make a copy of the line again and align it with the existing line. Okay. Next, we'll have to make the copy of the circle again, or the ellipse, and paste it below the end of the line. And next we'll copy the job description once again and paste it. Before that, we'll have to increase the size of the line. So changing the fill of the ellipse helped us here, because we are using the same line and we have extended it through the ellipse, and it is not visible now. Okay, so I think we will have to trim down some of the experience details here, because we do not have enough space for the education details below. At least we will need 2 education details minimum. So I will trim down some of the profile details, but yes, I know we need a lot of description about oneself. So you can of course go with us with the second page and copy the content from the first and paste it in the second page. You can also check out my other videos wherein I have created a lot of 2-page resumes. So there you go. We have moved some of the details. Also, I will trim down some of the bullet items. And now I have made a copy of the experience title and the first job description, and also the line and the ellipse, and I've pasted it on the page. And as you can see, there is a little space between the experience and the education details. So I have removed one of the experience details, and I will make some changes, like I will remove the ellipse and I will change back the size of the line. And now I have enough space to add one more education detail. So I'll select all the content which I have pasted recently and move it up. Okay, and I'll change the content to education, add spacing between the letters, change the job title to degree title, and the company name to university name, and the duration, or Also we'll have to remove the present text from the second job title, and let's make a copy of the first degree and paste it, and get rid of the second bullet point from both the degree descriptions. Move it a little up and align the ellipse with the degree title text. Increase the size of the line and align it with the end of the second degree. Now we have to add other details like awards, skills, interests, and the final one will be the references. So I am making a copy of the profile title and placing it next to the, or placing it on the right hand side of the resume. And now I'll make a copy of the profile description and place it next to it. Also I'll decrease the size and get rid of the text. Okay, get rid of the text, and now I will fill it with the award details. So we'll have to type the award name and the year, decrease the font size, and then on the next line we will have the competition name, and then on the next line we'll have the email, not the email but the website. For that, let's remove the bold weight and remove the spacing between the paragraphs. Okay, so next we will move on to the skills set. Before that, we'll decrease the size of the award title and move the text, and now make a copy of it and place it below the award section. Just to maintain the alignment, I will make use of the line that I have on top and increase it size temporarily so that I can align the content that is there on the right hand side. Okay, so this will help me align the content. So let's start with the skills. Okay, and then remove the content that we had and start adding the skills. So these are the common skills that a UX designer has. That's graphic design, and then web development, web design, Adobe Illustrator, custom code, and so on. We'll have to remove the font weight for the first 4 content. Okay, so select the content and remove the font weight. Select the content and change it to a bullet list, and also change the indentation by clicking on the indent button, and also change the line width, line height to 1.15 points. Okay, now we'll have to decrease the size of the experience details because there is no enough space between the right content and the left hand side content. So I'm decreasing the size of the text boxes so that we have enough space, and then it does not create any confusion between the contents that we have. So I'll have to do the same with the education details. By the way, I'm making use of the rulers on top of the page. Okay, now let's copy and paste the skills section and paste it below the skills section and change the content to interests. Okay, change it to interests and add the spacing between the letters and change the skills to the interests. Okay, okay, so next we will copy the title and the bullet list once again and place it below the interest section, and this time this last section will be the references. So change the title to reference. Here I am just adding just one reference, but you can obviously have as much as references as you have. I would suggest 4 would be the maximum number of references in a resume. Okay, so the reference name and the designation will be in bold letters, and then the company name and the rest of the details will be in a normal regular font weight. So we'll have the phone number details and the email ID. Okay, so let's remove the font weight. Okay, and let's remove or change the line width or height. That's the line height, and we'll revert it back to the original value. Okay, so there you go guys, our resume is also ready. So there's one thing left, we have to save this. So make use of the save as menu under the file section, and you can place it anywhere you want. Also this template will be there to download. If you go to the description section of the video, you can have the link to the Google Drive. You can download that file from there. Also this resume is totally editable, so download it from Google Drive and customize it. So there you go guys, I have also generated a PDF from this, so you can see it looks awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.